Welcome to Dialogue with the Youth. So on Gunjur Online TV. Once again, you are with your presenter, Mr. Ibrahim Janneh. Today is Wednesday, 21st of October, 2020. The time in Leeds, United Kingdom is 1900, just over 1900 p.m. Gambia, the time will be about nearly 6:15. And Eastern time in America, the time will be about 2:15. Our topic today is youths and maternity death or maternity mortality in the Gambia. To discuss this program today, we have our sister, Amie Jarjue. Amie got myriad of
Good evening, brother.
experiences and qualifications in different areas. How are you, Amie? How are you? Uh,
I'm all right, dear. I'm
yeah,
all right, dear. Thank you. I'm all
yeah,
right.
and just making a quick introduction and apologizing to our viewers that we had some technical issues today. That's why we are a bit late, about 16 minutes late. But thank God our technician were able to sort it out. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just introducing everybody to Dialogue with the Youth. So uh, I'm going to online TV. Once
Mm-hmm.
again, you are with your presenter, Mr. Ibrahim Janneh.
Mm-hmm.
And today is Wednesday, as usual, 22nd of 21st of October 2020. And the time in Leeds, United Kingdom, is about nearly 16 past 7, and
Mm-hmm.
Gambia is about 16 past 6, and America is 16 past 2 o'clock. Uh, what we're going to discuss today on Dialogue with the Youth is youth and maternity mortality in the Gambia. And with me to discuss this very, very, very important topic is our Sister Amie Jarjue. Amie not only is an entrepreneur, got very myriad of experiences and qualification all over, but the most importantly, Amie is a philanthropist, and Amie also had a very, very strategic charity called Join Hands to Save a Baby, which is doing tremendous, tremendous jobs in the Gambia to address the mortality, the maternity death, and the deaths of the babies in the hospitals. But Amie will come and discuss these things. Welcome, my sister, Amie Jarjue, to the Dialogue with the Youth. So,
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, I mean, we can blend many languages as you can anyway. Mostly we will concentrate on English, Mandinka, and Gambian languages. That's what we're going to speak today. But
Okay.
feel free, but mostly on Mandinka anyway. I mean, after welcoming you, Mbete Tulambe Jayela, and what we want to do is, to start with the charity,
Yeah.
join hands to save the baby.
Yeah.
Nga lonko maternity issue is a very, very is a burning issue in the Gambia. In fact, Gambia la maternity death is one of the highest in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Almost estimatedly about nearly 1,050 maternity death in 100,000 people. So Neo calculate almost on in a yearly basis, you have about 600 women dying, and that's
Mm-hmm.
just an estimate anyway. And that's serious. Seriously, it is a serious issue.
Mm-hmm.
And ila charity be min ron kan in the Gambia aka wo lopitano le take sembentu yende pour que se musol la ka fati wali to wala ni ulute fa wala de nano ka fa ka wala ke, but it's a lot more interesting, mine inspire. Oh, me at top, me at trigger, putting charity. Charities of all charity, because this one is unique. Why do you choose this one?
Thank you so much, brother. Follow mba follow baraka bake yitene the entire Gunju online team. Mba follow liala baraka bake. Thank you for your do at Join Hands. We are appreciative of this opportunity, and you know, so starting talking about Join Hands and why Join Hands and how it started. Join Hands was established in 2013, and Mia a trigger a visit to Brikama Hospital. A brother's wife gave birth at the hospital when I was on holiday in the Gambia, and I went to visit. And upon arrival at the premises, I just realized the conditions there were not up to standard. Obviously, a lot of improvement was needed. Um, so I just kind of took another step and tried to investigate more. Um, and then I started talking to the women who was at the maternity unit at the time, and then I spoke to the doctors and the nurses who were there on that day on duty, and I came to realize, talking to them, that the situation was more severe than you can, really say. So, and then this kind of connected me back to my personal story, which I have lost 5 siblings, through maternity mortality and preventable deaths. And kind of like instantly, I just felt like this is personal to me. And, there's something that I can do, even no matter how small it is. I need to do something. I just instantly feel at that point that there's something that I can do to contribute into making a change. Um, and instantly, I just took it straight away um, on that day, and I went to see a lady called Awa straight from the hospital. Awa at that time works at the same hospital, and she happens to be my neighbor as well. Sorry about the camera, keeps moving. I hope, is that all right now?
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, Awa at the time, was working at Brikama, but she happened to be my neighbor at the same time. So I went to see her, our Sala, and I said, I went to see mommy at the hospital, and the conditions that I found, the condition of the premises or the facility was really disturbing for me. And I said, I want to do something, and I want to do something immediately. So, it was from that day it all started. But I think what kept me going is my personal experience. I mean, I don't know what it's like to lose a child, or I don't know what it's like to lose a mother through childbirth. But obviously, I know what it feels to lose a sibling or siblings through childbirth and also preventable deaths. So, and it hurts because obviously there are moments where you reflect and you think, okay, this is an occasion that you feel like, okay, what if, my siblings were here? Could life, be different then? It's just those questions that no one can give you the answer, or you cannot, the feeling, it's only you that had gone through it would know how it feels. The level of pain, it's unmeasurable, you know
Yes.
and it is important that we look into using our experience, no matter how painful or joyful they are. We use our experience to make positive change. And, you can turn any negative or bad experience into a positive or good experience. And that's what we need to focus on, because I felt like I did not need to sit down and feel sorry for myself just because I've lost siblings through childbirth. I don't need to blame anyone just because I lost siblings through childbirth. But my duty, as I identify my duty, being a citizen, I can use that experience and pain that I feel at the time to make a change and stop someone going through what I'm going through. So even if it's five, six people that I can stop feeling the way they feel, to me, it may not be enough for the rest of the nation, but it is still, something positive. And that's my drive. Like I said to you, pain of knowing that you could have had an opportunity to spend your life with five siblings and you still that opportunity was taken away from you. um, I felt like at least out of those five siblings of mine, one of them could have survived if, or two of them, or even all of them could have survived
All of
if
them.
they had, care, health care, or if we had proper healthcare system,
Okay. Yeah, that's
and
true, Sister
like
Amie.
I
That's
said to
very,
you, the
very
field,
true. And mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
your
that's
intervention is mhm. Go go on.
sorry, can you say that again?
Yes, I said that's fine. Your intervention is really, really important, and because we will speak Mandinka and all those things anyway. There are people in the Gambia. We want this to filter down to the ordinary people, So me Mandinka come for and all the Gambian languages, if you can, so that the ordinary people can understand what you are doing, or might be more motivated in the and what we understand. 75% of these deaths are as direct results of either hemorrhage, where molka bleeding bika yellow soto, or obstructed labor, nintaranu denano, warata o denano, yelamata tonta, and sometimes infections, workers sort of lack of cleanliness, like sepsis, might be abortion complications. And, definitely these are preventable. And say, you need to from happening. Janni ni musol be, fa nintaranu some of the things you take a minke. I understand that your maternity blood bank, you start to create that also, and you want that to be, nationwide. How is that going on? And can you so explain in here what does that entails, and why the maternity blood banks? Because that is important because ninda nunga nim blood issues ninga
So
address what
the
at the
Gambia
mojama la
Maternal
life
Blood
day.
Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So
Yeah.
the Maternal Blood Bank project was an initiative that did not start just now. It was in place since 2018. Um, but at that time, we had other projects that we were working on, and that was one of the project was the maternity unit that we've just finished building in April. We finished the project. So it was that point that we thought, okay, the blood bank is amazing, but then it wasn't going to be like the way it is now. The idea right now we have is much more better than the idea that we had in 2018, because 2018 was going to be just a sensitization and encouraging people to donate blood. But then down the line, you know, we did our research, and that research include talking to public like women, milia lonko wulutale lopitano
Mm-hmm.
to doctor role milia lonko, they're in charge of those maternity units, and the midwives who have so much experience in delivering babies, and also talking to the community within us as well. I remember in 2018, there was a girl in Birmingham called Amie Jarjue. we were having a conversation, and this blood issue came, and then she was so positive about it, and wanted to do something to help the charity around blood donations. And also, I had a conversation with Nima Ture, who is the daughter to the vice president. And these are girls that I know for years and years, and other people as well, and like members within our Join Hands charity. you know like most of the time when you talk about maternal mortality, it's always blood donation issues and things like that always occurs. So it's about listening to other people. Other people la ideas olla, their concerns, and then you bring them together under one roof. Look at them properly, assess them, add your ideas on them, and make sure that those people that had raised their concerns and brought ideas to you are not left outside. you know Keep going back to them and encourage them to even participate in these ideas that they bring, developing these ideas that they're raising to you. So this is what happened. So I said to Amie Jarjue, okay, I remember having a conversation with you about this blood bank. I want you to join me for us to start raising, awareness around this. This was back in 2018, 2019. And unfortunately, like I said, other projects came on board, and we see them as a lot more urgent, because maternal, blood donation awareness, yes, is urgent, but is manageable within our society to a certain degree. I mean, that degree is not enough to save everybody or lives, as we can see, but we thought at that point the maternity theater was a lot more urgent due to the travel distance. Sometimes traffic is jamming between Tabokoto to Banjul. Women are spending a lot of time on traffic before they get there, when they're in pain. And, so much is going on around that. And we thought we would rather focus on building that one. And then when we come out of that, we can look into, doing all these bits and bobs around them. And we felt like this is the right time. And the more time we gave to this project, the more ideas came. So I sat down one day and I thought about all these research that has been conducted through talking to people, through collecting ideas. And then I put my own idea under the same roof. And, I just thought, yes, sensitization is really important, because awareness is what we need. It teaches people to know what to do and what to implement for themselves, for their own well-being and health and safety, and safeguard themselves. But is that enough? It's about also implementing the measures that are required in order to prevent or minimize these deaths that are occurring. So you can sensitize, but sensitization is not enough. What can you do outside
No,
of
it's not enough. Yeah.
sensitization? you know that's why this maternal blood bank is implemented. So
Yeah.
then
Thank,
we started
thank you,
developing the
thank you, sister.
proposal.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Thank you, Sister Amie.
Yeah.
And yes, you are right. Because the theater, the maternal ward is so important, because many people are dying because of lack of transportation, because of the distance they are from the health centers, and that in the prolonged traveling that they do while they have complications and all those things. And sometimes people go from one hospital, for example, when you say Gunju, they go to Brikama, and Brikama said you go to Banjul. And when you are in emergency,
Mhm.
before it's too late. So, to have that maternity ward is so crucial, because, if you can have that gap there, and where they can do the minor operations, the obstetric operations in those maternity wards, that can save huge number of many women and children before, we are talking of Gunjur, Brikama, and Banjul. That's even close. But what about provinces where you don't have transportation facilities? The roads are not good. You might be going to take horse carts or donkey carts to travel with somebody who is having complications. Yes, so which is important. I know you are in everywhere in terms of health anyway, refurbishing a maternity unit and Banjul Big Hospital clinic. Can you tell us about that? And where is the maternity ward? Where are you inaugurating that maternity ward? Where is it in the Gambia?
I don't know. I think you a little bit, so I'm kind of hearing one every, out of every 2 words. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you can repeat that bit so I can, be on the same picture
Yes,
with you, please. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. I think the network is kind of, we had a technical issue today. So, yes, I was just saying the maternity ward that we just inaugurated not long ago is so important because people died because of lack of transportation, because of the time they travel when they are in complication from one place to the other. Can you hear me?
I'm struggling to hear you. So
Yeah.
I
Yes,
don't
I
know what's.
understand. I understand.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you, but you're breaking too. You are breaking from your end. I don't know whether you can hear me now.
Yeah, I'm struggling to hear you now. It was really good, but I don't know.
Mm. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Mm.
Hang on 1 minute. Let me just.
Sister Amie, can you hear me now?
Sorry about that.
Oh,
Sorry, can you hear
it's
me now?
breaking seriously. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I don't know. Your mic is cracking.
Yeah, you are cracking also from my end anyway. Yeah.
Iwaninya totalia chia Hanamaya Sewo yanya dalu benga banko malem Gambia Ibeda oda Kana song mu mekanyine faso la Gambia Tunya Inina tai boso wola inina tai famolena Siganya Tenganya tana bangolela Siganya 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 Halngana kafunyo mana nomuta Siganya Ulimunya fasoto Kabiyankolbe Inamba konyimati Kabiyankolbe Imbango kairama Kabiyankolbe Inamola bangoti Kabiyankolbe Inanyamo mansia Anemata Ule asabu mulu ya bunya Habarakata Ule atina mulu mangana Nimbango nyima faida Banko dingolu Alingana kafunyoma Tunya Mangi misani mbanko dinyala mume Ningtata Dunia kono nying banko radiamba fola Gambia nyonke Gambia kolbe Inamba konyimati Gambia kolbe Imbango kairama Gambia kolbe Inamola bangoti Gambia kolbe Inanyamo mansia Gambia kolbe Inamba
Yeah, he was apologizing because some technical issues, Lesotho, and we are trying to mitigate that to sort it out. But it seems, nothing seems to be working. Sister Amie cannot hear me, and I cannot hear her that much. Is breaking. Coming for all of Mbali Bolosela program ying abe break kanne Sister Amie become moy wala nindiamata is too slow at panam become moy back is we are breaking, and I don't think program should go like that and it's unfortunate, but the technology sometimes it just let you down, and we don't have much control over that anyway. But we will try as much as possible so that we don't have any of such occurrence in future. And the technical team will sort this out, and maybe the devices and backups that we will try and find and make so we don't experience such issues in future. We were discussing the level of maternal mortality in the Gambia, which is a burning issue, and in an issue that has been going on in the Gambia for long time. And it is high time we bring this to the fore so that we can discuss it. We can all do a lot and to make sure we reduce the number of deaths that our mothers and sisters and our babies are going through. And some of these things are very, very preventable. We can prevent them with little bit of adjustment, with little bit of awareness, with government just thinking just a little bit better than what they are doing to save lives. And it is unfortunate we cannot go ahead. And Sister Amie's have a charity that's join hands to save a baby. This charity normally doing maternity, they building maternity wards and theaters, refurbishing and clinics. They building, they want to nationalize maternity blood banks in the country, and many other things. But unfortunately, it is not happening.